Hello everyone, welcome back. This is DisturbingPuppet. We're going to play some more Warhammer 40,000 Gladius, Relics of War. Today we're actually going to start a new game, and we're going to play as the Orks, because Orks is best. I have played around with some of my settings and stuff, so hopefully everything works fine. I'll check on it in a little bit. Hopefully it should be something that increases my frame rate and doesn't cause any other issues. So I'm hoping that's what will happen. Actually, this is new. 0 Tyranids killed on Gladius, so I guess maybe they added with the new Tyranid update, maybe there's Tyranids randomly running around the map and stuff. That'll be kind of interesting. Or horrifying, or something. So we're going to start a new game as the Orks. I'll check on things a little bit here to make sure it works. Yeah, so I did finish the tutorial of this, playing Space Marines, and then I played a game of Necrons. I finished that, went through all the Necron storylines. So ideally I'd like to also do the Orc storyline for this. So for today, we probably got a little bit over an hour to be able to play. We'll just kind of get a jump on the new game. There's been a new update since I played the Necrons, so there might be some new stuff introduced. Definitely, I think there's Tyranids running around and stuff at some point, but we'll see what happens. So this is kind of what I did last time. So this time, medium, standard, that's fine. I'm playing as Orks this time. I haven't picked up the Tyranid DLC yet. It's a little pricey for me, maybe. Wait till it drops a bit in price. So what do we have? Melee Aggression. Initial challenge medium. Might makes right. Unit increased influence by doing damage, but have an influence upkeep. Wow, units gain a bonus to damage when influence is high. Units suffer penalty to damage when influence is low. Units salvage ore by killing units. Okay. Units have increased hit point regeneration, and cities have increased growth. Orkoid fungus. Grow fungus fields that heal orc units. Mob rule. Infantry lose less morale but take damage when losing morale. Here we go. Infantry units can run to traverse longer distances. We're just gonna stomp the universe flat and kill anything that fights back. We're just gonna do this because we're orcs and we was made to fight and win. Gazgul Megalak Thraka, Orc Warlord. I'm not sure if this will show up when I start, but I'm just kind of read through anyway. Whence the Orks, heavily muscled, aggressive, 8-foot-tall fungal thugs that love warfare. The Orks were a spacefaring peril long before the human Imperium entered the galactic scene. Spread evenly across the galaxy for the most part, they are an irritant to other inhabitants like lazy, belligerent neighbors, but occasionally as a swarm of locusts, the scattered tribes and clans form into a Waaaggghhh, something between a crusade and a riot that devastates entire sectors until they run out of things to fight and fall instead into internecine warfare. That's not to say Orks are completely primitive. Despite their thuggish demeanor, they possess a low intelligence augmented by genetically coded technical excellence. Their technicians, called mechs, build raggedly ugly vehicles, buildings, guns, and spaceships, which should fall apart at first use, but actually perform their job surprisingly effectively. Imperial scholars believe this is due to the pervasive psychic power of the Orks, which simply fills in the technical gaps that should prevent all their devices from working. This is actually something they added later. When I was playing back in 2nd edition, this was not the case. Some stuff would work, like the painting stuff red going faster would work, but their weapons and things did work, and they actually had human slaves and other slaves that would actually build a lot of their tech and stuff for them, in addition to the mech boys making crazy stuff. In battle, Orks are undisciplined rampages, full of boisterous chanting and joy of warfare. Their crude weapons and blunt tactics mingled with their resilience and sheer numbers make them a dangerous foe. Even when defeated, their bodies spread spores, which in time will grow into more Orks, plus their servant races, grots, squigs, and snots, which keep them alive. Even when every last Ork is dead, the Orks are far from defeated. Excellent. To change my color. I want to have each of the different factions. So we'll have Necrons and Imperial Guard and Space Marines. I don't have the Tyranids, so we're not going to do that. I would actually like to change the colors if I can. It's going to let me. I want to be red because I'm Orks. Because that, makes sense to me for whatever reason. So I'll have to switch the Necrons first. Necrons should be, I don't know, what seems appropriate. Brown? Sure. They can be blue, I guess, that's fine. So we're just going to do the basic setup here. Let me just check on the stream. Looks like everything's working. That looks like it's working. Okay. Right, let's start. I had pretty good placement in the last one for my Necrons. I was kind of far away from everybody else. See what that happens again. I'm curious to see.
Stupid humans building all these big things just for us to smash them. They didn't see us coming. But then, neither did we. Maybe your steering weren't so good. And at least we got a good fight out of them. Even when the Tin Boys turned up, the boys was happy. Extra fighting. But whatever that thing in the sky is, it don't scare an orc. We's not trapped here. They's trapped with us. Whoa!
Exactly why I love the Orcs. They're just so happy. Always so happy. The only race in 40k that's totally happy. Welcome to Gladius. To move the camera around, position your mouse. Yes, yes, yes. Click and hold. Yeah. Take a look at my guys. What do I have? Got some boys. We've got mechs. More boys, more boys. Got a little Jakaro trade encampment here. There's a lot of this wireweed right here. I think a lot of this stuff is showing up for maybe just because it reset with the new updates and everything. Yes, take your time. Hit the end turn button when you're done. Sure. So what do we have? Jakaro Trader Encampment. Special feature that allows a hero unit on the tile to purchase and sell items as well as increase influence output of the city when acquired. If you have little regard for your life and seek excitement, visit the Jakaro. Imbued with an instinctive technical creativity that exceeds even that of an orc mech boy, these orange-furred aliens resemble a giant Terran ape but can create wonders beyond imagining. The challenge is in acquiring them and safely working out what they do. Wireweed we found before. Standard here. It's kind of a hassle and gets in the way. Feature that ends movement of a unit and deals damage each turn. So just kind of a hassle. You can clear it if it's part of your city. Recaf Leaf further up north. Special feature that increases loyalty at the city when acquired. I didn't have to worry about this too much with the Necrons before, but might be good. These humble fields of wild herb hide a secret, a rich food and narcotic stimulant that allows organic races to go without sleep or rest for great periods of time. Called Recaf by humans, it's collected, processed, and distributed to factory workers and slaves to greatly improve their output. So we're kind of up in the upper left-hand corner, which is kind of where I was when I played the Necrons before. I don't have a huge amount of movement with my boys. So what do we have? 18 health, 6 morale. Movement's not great. They're only level 1. Got Sluggas. No armor penetration. Accuracy's not great. Ugly and Brutish handgun is perfectly designed for its ugly and brutish owner to kill his foes, either by shooting them through the face at point-blank range or beating them to death with it. And we've got Choppas, also no armor penetration, more attacks. It seems like we're probably better off attacking in close combat. Those are all range 1 anyway, so it's basically close combat no matter what. Orcs use a variety of bladed weapons and chain blades. The largest handheld Choppas can bisect most foes in a single swing, whilst those armed on Stompas can slice a Titan in 2. Yep, here we go. Now increase movement max, that's cool. Ever eager to get stuck into the fray, Orcs will barrel across the battlefield as quick as they can when the foe is in their sights. Got a 5-turn cooldown though. So how about you just go down there and take the Jakaro encampment. Not sure where I'm going to want to build my city. Got some Orkoid fungus here, which I'm assuming probably gives me some kind of a benefit. So what do we have? Food. I didn't actually have food with the Necrons. We had ore, was the main thing. Used to sustain the population in cities as well as produce and maintain biological units. We've got ore, we've got energy, research. Influence is actually decreasing. Why is it decreasing? -9 from units. Probably go up once we found a city. Let's head up this way. So we've got a height difference here. I'm not sure we can go up right there. We'll have to see. Desert. So this unit allows you to build a city that will be the base of your faction Gladius. To found your first city, click on the Found City button in the selection panel in the bottom left, then select an empty title. Note that the action will consume the unit. Let's do a little bit more scouting around first, just to see if we can see anything. Something here. That's an ore, or no, that's maybe a refinery, or pipeline, something like that. They can clear tiles as well. Cool. I want to see the stats for... Okay, do it this way, I guess. We want a lot of food, probably early on for orcs. Food is going to be kind of important. We do have the orkoid fungus up here. It's only plus 20% food on that spot, though. Got a couple plus 30s here. So the orkoid fungus doesn't actually seem to do much for me. Actually have some negatives on some tiles for food production. It's kind of highlighting these like I should choose one of these, I guess. Let me take a look here a little closer. Kind of limited how many buildings I can put. I've got plus 20%. There's 3 and plus 30, so food production is pretty good on that tile. This will work. I mean, we can expand out and see. We've got a good mix of stuff. There's influence, a little bit of research bonuses. That'll work for me, I guess. Our first city is Dodeka Club, which was the name of the orc city that I spotted in the previous game, so I guess that's just standard. I can probably switch that out. Cities gather resources required to fill your war machine. The screen highlights all the resources related to the city. However, your mouse over each resource to find out more. Hover your mouse over each resource to find out more. That would make more sense. Here, buildings are listed with their available actions. Note that all buildings of the same type are grouped together and can perform one action at a time. Although multiple actions can be queued up, the required resources will be immediately subtracted from your global pool. So yeah, city kind of management in this game is a little weird. I'm still kind of wrapping my head around it, even after playing a game, a full game with the Necrons. Kind of how each building can just do one thing a turn. So your city can do one thing a turn, then each building that can produce units can produce one. Building that produces vehicles can produce one. So it's a little odd. Constructing infantry building. There are free building slots in the city. An opportune time to make plans to expand your army. Begin by constructing an infantry production building. Click the blinking icon, select a tile. Yeah, if I want to. It's probably the best thing to do. Pile Odaka. Building that produces infantry and walkers, as well as increases loyalty. What's better than a gun, asks an orc. A bigger gun, answers another. Shortly before the fight starts, they agree that even better than a biggest gun is a big pile of big guns. That's exactly what we have here. Mech-made guns of all shapes and sizes, loosely stacked, ready for a bullet or kill a can to grab when the fighting starts. I do only have one spot available, so what are we producing? So the city's giving me 7 food, extra ore, energy, research, everything's good. Squig herds, that's cool. Squigs are essential to the survival of the orc species. A huge variety of these small creatures accompany every orc and fill an array of social and technological niches, from acting as wigs to providing oil to being eaten as food. Alright, we'll go ahead and build the big pile Odaka. That'll take... how many turns? 6 turns. Got a boss tower. It's just the center of our city. Let's take a look at the city. Kind of small, not so big. Can I change the name of my city? There we go. I don't really want Didaka Club because I had that in the previous game. So in my headcanon, we're a Blood Axe clan, so that's just kind of my way of approaching things, just for whatever reason. Although probably not going to fit with some of the stuff that comes up. How to spell like an orc. Let's just do this for now. That should be like bloody. Badly spelled. It's better than Didaka Club anyway. I've got research. I'm kind of curious what the research is going to look like here. What do we have? Fungal forests. Increase the healing rate from orcoid fungus. Okay. Commando camp. We want that. Building that produces heroes as well as generates influence and increases loyalty. Oh, this is just for heroes. That's too bad. I thought it'd be specialist units like commandos. Cult of speed. Building that produces wheeled vehicles and aircraft as well as generates influence. More Daka. Increases production output of pile of Dakas. Orcoid fungus grants scrap sheds the ability to grow orcoid fungus, increases food output and healing rate on the tiles. Scrap sheds? What are scrap sheds? Sick bombs grant infantry the ability to throw anti-infantry grenades. That'll be pretty useful. Everything's 6 turns. We're going to want pretty much all this stuff at some point. The only one that really affects me quickly will be this one, so we'll go with the more Daka, because that'll increase production of the building that I'm working on. Let's look at what things are named. Squig herds is food. Diggas and smeltas is ore production. Power gubbins is power production. Think tank is my research. Weird boys pole influence. Okay, cool. Pile of Daka. That's it. So early on, we're probably going to do things pretty quickly here. Pretty much all kind of standard stuff. We've already moved everybody around, so that'll be it for the turn. That's kind of weird. I don't know why this whole screen is kind of going wonky here. That didn't happen before. Maybe with the patch, something's goofy. Gladius is full of unknown treasure and vicious alien creatures. As you explore, you'll receive discovery notifications that can be opened to reveal more information. Oh, that must be why it's lighted up. Some terrain can be explored for rewards, while other features might hurt your unit. Tread carefully. The planet's life can be ruthless, but if you leave it alone, it may spare you. Not likely. We already have seen this kind of stuff in previous games. Crude hounds. Agile predator that is particularly dangerous in forests. Kind of the standard low-level enemy here. So we've got Chapter 1 for the Orks. Boys is bored. Zogging Gorka, you dig yourself out of the wreckage of your boss tower and see a few boys around you doing the same, but very few injured and demoralized. An old dark bone stomps his way through the rubble toward you. Most of the boys is dead, boss. Zogging Storm got 'em. Pretty spare bits, though. He hefts a detached orc arm in his hand thoughtfully. Anyhow, as the only doc standing here, I reckon your boys could do with some R&R. I prescribe physical exercise. She can fix them up nicely. He grins a mouth of steel teeth at you. Right, you bellow at your boys. Who wants a fight? Ragged cheers greet you from across the camp. Getting your Waaaggghhh going means getting into fights, and lots of them. Thankfully, that's what orcs do best. Accumulate 50 influence, rewards 50 food. Well, we've got targets to fight down here, so maybe we'll do that. Let's look around a little bit. We can't get up here. This bluff actually goes all the way around. That's the coast, looks like. So even though this is pretty close, we can't get up there. Guess we can try. That's not good. Terrain affects units in a variety of ways. Forest and Imperial ruins have increased movement costs for ground units and make it harder to see and fire across. Height differences also prevent your units from having a clear line of fire. Tiles marked with red indicate enemies that can be attacked from your current position. Yeah, I wanted to get around, but actually it looks like I can't. There's this big bluff all the way across here. So I'm not sure if I can get access to this at all, ever. But we found some more Crude Hounds, so we can kind of see the estimate here for combat. Pretty good, actually. Choppy choppy! Good job, boys. Guys are kind of stuck in the back. I'm going to do a bit of exploring, staying off the wireweed if we can. Unfortunately, unlike other Civilization games, if you move, even if you have movement points left, you're done as soon as you've ordered a movement. And that's something that still takes a little bit getting used to for me. I like being able to just kind of move a little bit and kind of scout things with my units in Civilization games. I'm also kind of used to units that will fight back no matter what. Your guys will only shoot once if you haven't attacked with them on your turn. So if you've attacked, you're kind of open to being butchered by your opponent. So still for me, getting my head around that strategically and planning things out. So it definitely is a big advantage in this game, more than a lot of other games, for attacking first. We can get all the way down here, so let's go chop these guys up. The Catachan Devil is not a good thing. Powerful creatures. There are some frighteningly powerful creatures in Gladius Prime. It would be wise to gather a sizable force before engaging these beasts. Yeah. So then right next to some another Jakiro encampment, and we've got the Prometheum relay pipes. That's what we want. So that special feature increases energy output of the city when acquired. Heavily armored ducts once carried energy-rich Prometheum to the planet's extensive human cities from deeply buried auto refineries. Now with the cities in ruins from war and chaos, the surviving pipes can be exploited by whichever race claims them first. And the Catachan Devil. Devastating native unit that frightens enemies and fights in a reckless rage. These are kind of bad, especially early on. Native to the Death World Catachan, the Devil is a scorpion-like in appearance, with a long segmented body ending in a poisonous barbed tail. A full-grown devil can reach up to 30 meters in length, with the 60 legs of a mature fiddler, allowing it to move at great speeds through all terrain. Once it's upon its prey, it will either shred it with its claws or stun it with barbs before consuming it. Not good at all. So I guess we'll chop these guys up. Yeah, interesting. Fighting gives me influence. That's kind of cool. What is this? Waaaggghhh level. Each level of Waaaggghhh increases or decreases Orc unit damage by 5%, up to plus or minus 25%. Wow. Waaaggghhh level is based on accumulated influence and influence upkeep, and it refreshes at the start of the turn. Huh. The Waaaggghhh is Joie de Vivre, Crusade, immense psychic power, tangible belief aura, and perhaps the Orc gods themselves all rolled into one teeth-rattling, gut-wrenching roar of delight with aggression, pushing the Orcs across the galaxy and into battle. It is the core of being an Orc. So, yeah, I don't mind killing off the Crude Hounds, I just hope the Catachan Devil doesn't also come for me. That's it. Got nothing else I can do. We're doing research, we're building stuff. Lots of Crude Hounds suddenly appearing down here. Ow. Every unit has a variety of statistics and attributes, traits, abilities, and weapons, each with their own ranges and effects. Some units might have only melee weapons, but move quicker through rough terrain, while others also have figure auras or unleash powerful artillery blasts. Move your mouse over the icons and buttons to find out more. Yeah, I've already kind of done that. Increase melee damage. Unit lose some hit points instead of morale. Increase healing rate. Grants influence when attacking. Scavenger, extra ore when I kill stuff. Increased damage, all cool. So my health took a major hit there. If I do this, I still can't get very far. So up here, we'll just finish off these Crude Hounds. These guys, I'm kind of afraid to leave here, so they might get slaughtered. We can wipe out this unit. Typically, I'd like to wipe out units if possible, but they might die if I leave them here. I can't attack and then move, so I'm going to go ahead and take the risk just to go ahead and kill the unit off. And hoping I'll survive the attack from the other Crude Hounds. The thing with not orcs is they bite so easily. In these kind of games, I typically like longer range units, but I wanted to play around with the Orks. I'm kind of assuming they have very few long range units. Imperial Guard probably are going to be best for that. We'll kind of play with them in the future. So yeah, kind of concerned this guy's going to die, but not much else I can do. Yeah, all got wiped out. We'll make more soon. There's always more Orks. It's kind of an experiment. I just wanted to see. So we're on Orkoid Fungus, so we heal if we're hanging out on Orkoid Fungus. 1 hit point probably per turn. So definitely want to keep an eye out for where there's Orkoid Fungus to heal up units. I'm assuming I'd also heal in my city, but that's not necessarily the case. Just wipe them out completely. Cool. That's it. Keep that Catachan Devil away from me. Alright. Just checking on everything, making sure everything's working. Alright, looks good. Yeah, let's just grab the Promethean relay pipes. You guys are healing up for now. That's fine, I suppose. Shouldn't be much this direction, but there could be something out this way, past the wireweed. I'm going to leave them there till they heal up. Got my population increased to 2. Still 2 more turns to go. The Compendium stores a collection of useful game information. You can read up on factions, buildings, units, reread tips, and more. You can open it by clicking question mark. Sure. Boys is bored. We have completed Chapter 1. Got 50 extra food. Doing quite good on everything so far. Research would be nice to get more of. Now the boys are back in action. We need to feed them up and recruit more. Better Fungus solves both problems. Research Orkoid Fungus and construct Orkoid Fungus. Orkoid Fungus. Grants scrap sheds the ability to grow Orkoid Fungus that increase the food output and Orc unit healing rate on the tile. Okay, so that'll be in my city, I guess. Scrap sheds. In my city. Nothing says scrap sheds. Oh, scrap sheds. So that's just part of the main part of the city. Okay, scrap sheds. Building and construction of buildings, as well as generate influence and increase population limit. Okay. Orc buildings are inelegant constructions of waste materials and any scrap that mechs don't need. The Grots aren't known to be good architects, but the Orcs don't care so long as they get a good fight. Okay, you guys are back to full health, so we'll do a little bit more exploring. Something out here. Ruins. I know the Catachan Devil's down here, so I kind of don't really want to go that way. Something over here. Maybe we'll take a look. What is that? That is a Shard of Vol. Cool. Special feature that increases ore or requisition and energy output of the city when acquired. Before the Warp Storm, when man ruled the planet, these great outcrops were a curiosity and an attraction, like Cadius pylons. Yet whilst the Warp Storm rages overhead, they tremble with an unkind power that foolhardy races may seek to tap. More Croutons. And even more Croutons. Hey, Real Mustard is back. Yeah, just started a little bit ago. This is only, I don't know what turn this is. Turn 7! Just starting up a game with the Orks. We've researched more Daka. Increased production output of pile of Dakas. The best shooter I ever made, that is. Loads of barrels, so that is dead shitty. Except that one, because that's the scorch, that's burning instead. Yeah, good and proper. And the bullets is explosive. They goes boom in the things what he's shooting. And that button there, that's the best it. What it does is... oh, Zog. No, it's nothing, boss. No, you don't need to say what the button does. Don't push it. And we produced our pile of Daka. So you can now produce units, queue up as many as you like, watch your resources since this is a separate building type. Other buildings can keep producing at the same time. If you construct additional infantry buildings, you'll complete twice as fast. Okay. Before you can construct additional buildings, you'll have to claim more tiles. Yeah. Feed upon the planet. What? This is for Tyranids. I'm not Tyranid. Tyranid cities consume all tile biomass when acquiring a tile. This biomass is added to your pool of resources and is then forever depleted from the tile. Malanthropes, which are at the core of any Tyranid economy, are able to consume tiles across all of Gladius, even in faraway remote locations. So that sounds like BS. Well, let's grab a tile. What do we want to grab? Food is probably good. I'd like more research soon. We've got a mix here of okay for everything. I can clear it and then put 3 buildings on it if I want, or I can just go for massive food production. Let's go for a mix for now, I guess. Real Mustard saying, good attempt at a British accent. Yeah, it depends on which British accent. Lots of different British accents. I grew up watching Blackadder and Monty Python, so I'm probably not too terrible compared to a lot of other Americans. I've heard some pretty bad ones. Let's see. Let's try head this way. We'll do a little scouting. Maybe kill off some stuff. Well, I'm glad I didn't move into this position like I was first thinking. There's more recruit hounds. Should wipe these guys out. Choppy choppy. Now, see if we can grab the Ruin of Vol there. Just keep killing stuff because that actually is nice. Killing stuff gives me things, which is kind of cool. These guys, I guess, we'll just keep exploring a bit. These, is it Castellan robots? Yeah, I had a huge problem. A whole ton of these guys came after me when I was playing the Necrons in the previous game. So, yeah, Castellan robots. Extremely durable and heavily armed combat robot unit. Castellan robots are ancient monstrosities that stamp to war. Wouldn't that be Stomp? Each an unliving giant assigned a deadly purpose by its master. Soulless, these metallic golems are given thought only by the doctrina wafers in their recessed chest slots and the cybernetica datasmiths that program their every move. These machines are walking relics from eons past, and all the deadlier for it. The air nearby thrums with power, bullets ricocheting from repulsor fields that glow like golden cages around them. Volleys of phosphor blast and promethium incinerate their foes wherever they may hide, and crushing fists bring ruin wherever they strike. The violence meted out by each manipul is inspiring as the omniscience faithful as it is terrifying to his foes. Yeah, these are bad. It took like my entire army just to deal with these things when I was playing the Necrons, and I didn't run into them for quite a while. I'm really not happy seeing one right away. I'm hoping it doesn't notice me. Probably it will. We've got research. I'm supposed to research orcoid fungus, so we'll go ahead and do that. Let's see, what do we want to build in the city? Build some more boys. Why not build some more boys? What's the upkeep like? Just 1 food and 2 influence? Influence might be a bit of an issue in this. I get influence when I kill stuff, but I might actually have to build some structures to give me some more influence. Orc boys are the heart and soul of any warband. They charge into battle in a great mass, crashing into the enemy like a green landslide. Bellowing with the joy of battle, mobs of orc boys excel at close quarters where they can hack, bludgeon, and stamp their foes into bloody ruin. The average orc boy is mean-tempered and exceptionally tough, more than compensating for his lack of intellect, the talent for violence. Sounds good, let's have some. So, Real Mustard is saying, accent is very Midlands. Up north, people sound different. Yeah, it's quite different place to place. I've actually been to England. It's just been a long time ago. I've noticed quite a few different accents, different places. I've heard people can say, like, what town you're from, but even, like, what town and class you're from based on your accent in England. That makes me wonder about the orc. Like, the accent that they always use in Games Workshop stuff for the orcs. Like, do people in England find that kind of insulting that it's used for orcs? Or is it just kind of like, whatever, not a big deal, nobody cares. That's all for my stuff. Lots more crude hounds everywhere. Guff, guff. Well, that kind of beat up my unit a bit. Where did that Castellan... Okay, he took off. Good. So I don't really want to go this direction anymore, thanks to the robot. I know there's enemies this way, so I guess for now we'll just go try to kill stuff. Gain some ore, gain some influence that way. We'll just hold our ground for now and smack these guys around. So I guess we'll explore a bit this direction. I know we've got a Catachan Devil up here, but it's on a bluff, so maybe it can't get to me directly. We want to avoid the Castellan robot for as long as possible. Got a tile and a turn. There's more running around behind me here. Alright, let's take that back if we can. I like the way they run into battle with their choppers up in the air. You guys are a bit banged up. We can kill these guys off. I'm just concerned that maybe these other crude hounds are going to show up and then kill me. So maybe I'll go ahead and pull back for now. Try to heal them up. I don't want to lose too many units right away if I can avoid it. Got the tile, so we've got a variety of different things we can build here. I'd like to get some research going, but that might have to wait a little bit. What do I need the most? Ore is okay. Get a good influence bonus here, so maybe I'll go with influence. It's a weird boy pull. Only cost me energy, so that's not too bad. The Orc Soakers, known as Weird Boys, are a peril at the quietest of times, given their endless accumulation of Waaaaggghhh energy. In the middle of a horde, a brain-bursting chain reaction is normal. The giant metal pole is the Orcs' ingenious answer, earthing the Psykers' psychic blasts as long as they're tied to it. Okay. Sure, let's build a pole for our Weird Boys. Now, Real Mustard has a comment to Warhammers. An English original series, yes, we can take a joke. I guess the way we're portrayed in certain other things can be offensive. Yeah, I know what the trend is with lately. All the bad guys are British. It's been going on for a while now, at least in American stuff. At least, you know, the big diabolical intellectual mastermind behind everything often seems to be the British accented man. Stereotypical British accented man. Population's increasing. Cool. So we're working on Weird Boy poles and we're boys. Yeah, I was kind of curious about the orcs and stuff, specifically with the orcs, the way they're portrayed, and the particular accent that's getting used for them. Okay, we saw nothing. Nothing. Kill these guys off. Choppy choppy. Excellent. Is this the only orcoid fungus near me? It's kind of hard to see on the map. There's an orcoid fungus there, which will heal me. Is that? No. Grassland. Seems to be the only orcoid fungus nearby for me to heal my units. I'm assuming I'd heal in the city as well. I need to actually check. Well, everything's set. We'll have boys next turn. More boys, that is. Recruit hounds for days. I guess that's actually good for me early on. So you guys can go up there to heal up. All this wireweed is kind of a hassle too. Let's take a quick look. I'm assuming this is probably the coast there. And you guys can just keep fighting. Fighting giving me influence, and then ore is kind of cool, so we might as well fight, kill what we can. So we produce boys. I guess we can build some more. Upkeeps 1 food, 2 influence. I'm only getting +3 influence right now, but we'll have more once we build the Weird Boy pole. So more boys for now is good. Got orcoid fungus on the way. More stuff to kill down here. They're going to take off. Okay, is there anything out this way? Right. Maybe. Probably just ruins, but we'll take a look and see. We'll grab this. Once these guys get healed up, we'll send them back to retake the Promethean relay pipes. So we'll have the Weird Boy pole in a turn, more boys in a couple. Population keeps growing. Cool. Population seems like it's growing awfully fast compared to Necrons. But I guess that makes sense, being orcs. Also, these early turns you kind of burn through pretty quick. Orkoid Fungus. Grant Scrapsheds the ability to grow Orkoid Fungus. It increases food output and Orc unit healing rate on the tile. But your Scrapsheds are your center position, which you can't actually stand on unless they've changed that. Orcs have a weirdly symbiotic relationship with the fungus that spreads across the planets. It's genetically identical to them. Squigs and grots and all these species tend to emerge from it rather than being born. Orc units depleted by battle would be wise to retreat to these fields to acquire, literally, fresh recruits. I wonder if they're Gretchen in this. Or they're referred to as grots now, I guess. So I know those recruit hounds are somewhere down here. I'm not sure if they might be hiding in the forest. Don't want to explore too far. That might be a Necron tomb right there. Let's keep looking around. Is that the end? I can't tell for sure. And I'm just going to have these guys sit tight until they're fully healed up. We'll have more boys in a turn anyway. Oh, now we can construct Orkoid Fungus. Okay. So we can plant some around us. Or in our city. I think actually I might want to clear this tile so I can build more stuff on it. City stats are still okay. Leadership's or loyalty is down to +3. What do I have for loyalty? Anything? Yeah, it seems like the pile of Dhaka is the only thing that really increases my loyalty just by 1. As the city gets bigger and the population increases, the loyalty is going to drop, and that was a big problem they had with the Necrons. I was just massive negative loyalty everywhere. It's causing me a lot of production problems. Let's just take a peek out this way. Forests and the ruins are kind of blocking my view quite a lot here. Those guys can sit tight and heal up. Research. What are we going to research? I kind of want everything. What's next level? Grot huts. Building increases population limit. I'm actually going to need this soon because my population's growing so quickly. Mech bits yard. Building that produces mechs and mech guns as well as generates research. That's going to be useful. Mushling Bloom increases food output of tiles with Orkoid Fungus. Tank Bustas, infantry unit that excels at heavily armored targets. We're probably going to want those as well. For now, that's my basic stuff. Healing rate from Orkoid Fungus would probably be useful. Heroes, I'm going to want that. Vehicles, we're going to want that. Stick bombs, we're going to want that. We want all this stuff. So this gives me influence as well as vehicles. This is heroes, influence, and loyalty. So let's go with that one first. And that's it. These early turns go awfully quick in pretty much all these kind of games. Infiltrate. So I didn't get to fight back because I'm in brush, I'm not in forest. I know the Kroots have a special ability, the Kroot Hounds have a special ability for forest. I didn't think it applied for brush as well. More boys. Keep making more boys. Okay. Got a Necron tomb here. We don't want the Necrons to find. Grok's pasture. Yeah, Necron tomb. So Necrons can only found cities on Necron tomb tiles, not anywhere they want. Grok's pasture. Special feature that increases the food or requisition output of the city when acquired. Around Hearthstone's alien storytellers muse about the Grox, the dangerous herd animal that is ubiquitous throughout human lands. Wherever a man goes, the hardy Grox travels with him, or is there before him. Some joke that the Grox was the Old One's most successful creation. If I can get up on the bluff from this direction, maybe, since I can't get there from here. Are you guys still healing? Send these guys down south. Let's do some fighting. You guys can stay where you're at. I guess we'll just make some more boys. Not much else we can do. Should be able to kill them off, so let's go ahead and do it. Hopefully nothing else jumps out at them from hiding there. Give them a little bit of assistance. Okay, they're back to full health. Up here we'll grab the pasture. Yeah, we should be able to get from there maybe over to this recaf leaf. So we'll head back to the Prometheum relay pipes, hoping we don't see any Castellan robots. So we cleared the tile. So we had battle reports, cleared the tile. What do we want to build? This tile gives me some food, energy, or influence. We already built something for influence. How about energy just in case? I guess we're doing okay on ore, so that's fine. So have some extra energy in case we need it. Power gubbins. It doesn't pay an orc to look too closely at the generators that power their world. That's because much of the technology that orc mechs produce is missing key parts and shouldn't actually work, but the mass psychic field at orcs somehow overrides this. Okay, just looking around, see if we spot anything dangerous. Let's get these guys back into relative safety. So Real Mustard's asking, what races can you play? So there's Imperial Guard, Space Marines, Orks, Necrons are the starting ones. I think it's kind of weird that you have Imperial Guard and Space Marines possibly fighting each other, but sure, I guess you can explain that away one way or the other. And then they recently just added Tyranids, but I don't have the DLC for that. It was like $15 for the Tyranids, and that seemed a little pricey to me. So at least for now. Maybe if it drops in price, we'll check it out. So I'm kind of expecting that with the updates that came out after the Tyranid release, there might actually be Tyranid monsters running around, like the Kroot Hounds and stuff. Just like indigenous wildlife you have to deal with. Sort of like wild Tyranids. I haven't seen any yet, but I'm thinking it's definitely a possibility. So I don't know, it seems like it's a fairly popular game, at least for this kind of game, so maybe they'll keep adding stuff. It'd be kind of cool if they just keep adding races. So we've got the edge of the map here. Yeah, so the only way to get to this is to go around, or if I have a unit that hovers or something, you'd probably go up the cliff. Actually, my food production is not that great. I'm probably going to need to do something about that soon. Population keeps increasing. I hear something. I can hear something moving over here. It sounded like it was over here. I don't see anything. Just keep exploring. If I run into something out here, it's kind of a problem because the only way I can get there is to go all the way around this bluff. I don't really want to go east from here because I did see the Castellan robot hanging out. I don't want to draw his attention. And then we've got Catachan Devil up here. I don't really want to draw its attention. We're orcs, so, you know, we're a fungus. We just want to produce quietly in the darkness, and then no one notices until it's too much. There's another Necron tomb, it looks like here. Yeah, those guys can just sit tight, that's fine. More croutons. Produce more boys. Yeah, it's the boys are eating up all my food. So we'll have the power gubbins in a turn. We'll probably have to do something about food then. Building squig herds, most likely, is what we'll do next. Throw it out there. I guess we'll make some more boys because I can't do anything else. I don't want to overproduce too many units, but it seems like that's just the way to go with orcs. I kind of produced quite a big army when I was playing the Necrons, and then was having a huge problem just maintaining the upkeep on everything. Even though it didn't really feel like a huge army. Kill those crew! Good job. We'll just kind of expand and explore, grab everything we can. So you guys want to head up to the Orkoid Fungus to heal up. Got all this wireweed in the way here, unfortunately, this direction. They can just keep an eye out for Castellan robots coming my way, which I really don't want. So we'll have more research next turn. We'll have our power gubbins next turn. Commando Camp. Building that produces heroes as well as generates influence and increases loyalty. The Blood Axe clan of orcs are somewhat shunned by their brethren for not being real orcs. This is because they've adapted to the proximity of humans over the long millennia and adopted some very un-orky behavior, like tactics and running away. Blood Axe commandos have gone one step further using camouflage to surprise their enemies. Blood Axes were always my favorite of the clans from the old information and background and fluff and stuff from 40k. Always liked them the best. War bosses, weird boys, and pain boys. So we definitely want to build that, but I think I need food first. So in my city, I think we'll build some food production first, and then we'll worry about building the commando camp. So let's raise us some squig herds for now. We finish the power gubbins. For research, what do we want to do? We want all of these. Increased healing, vehicles, and the grenades. Let's go with vehicle building first. Do more research. So you guys get up there to heal. You can keep exploring. Something else of interest here. Maybe we'll head up. Ah! I really don't like the Castellan robot. I really don't want it to notice me. Stay away! Grab the recaf leaf. Yep, another Necron tomb. Something else we can grab here too. Region discovered. Foam and Fleck. I don't know what the whole region thing is. That sometimes pops up. Not sure what the importance of that is. So researching Cult of Speed. We've got 4 turns for squig herds, 3 turns for some more boys. Let's keep an eye this way, see if the Castellan comes for me. No, he's pissing off. Lots of Kroot hounds, though. Okay, I guess we can creep forward a little bit. So Ruins of All there. Now, Ruins of All in sight. These ruins provide rewards for the first player exploring them. Some even provide powerful ancient items that can be later equipped by heroes to make them stronger or excel at specific encounters. Encounters? I almost said encounters. So that was a weak unit of Kroot hounds came this direction, which means there might be an enemy AI somewhere over in this direction. If it is, I'm kind of hoping it's not Necrons or Space Marines, because they're kind of hard to deal with. So they're going to stay there and heal. Just explore a bit more. Found an artifact. Wah! And a Castellan robot. That's why I really don't like Castellan robots. Okay, something has attracted objects with extraordinary power to Gladius, and the surface is littered with old one tech of all sizes and kinds. While some artifact items may be bought, bigger items must be captured from the tentacles of enslavers. Once all adjacent units holding control of an artifact have been killed, the artifact can be equipped by right-clicking on it with the selected units. So I guess this Castellan is protecting this? That's kind of bad. Yeah, you guys are kind of in trouble. Did 6 damage just shooting at you from a distance. That's not great. I really don't like these Castellan robots. So we already saw that information. Old One artifact. So the artifact is clearly of Old One design, but despite that has no immediate effect until combat is joined, whereupon a psychic roar shakes the warp and all living races feel themselves driven into a frenzy of bloodlust. Even the soulless Necrons are driven to greater efforts, albeit by the sight of their ancient enemies' designs. So it increases Waaaggghhh damage. Cool. Not going to get it. Fermentation Pool. Special feature increases growth rate of the city when acquired. This apparently natural water source looks welcoming to any wildlife, but woebetide at any thirsty grox that wanders by. The pool's unusual bacteria rot down the planet's plant life and concentrate the runoff into something lethally intoxicating. More advanced races can collect and refine the liquid for trade or entertaining consumption. So that's here. But I probably am not going to have anywhere near enough troops to take on a Castellan robot anytime soon. Even a couple units of boys is not going to be anywhere near tough enough to take this thing on. So we'll just run back from here probably with these guys next turn, if they survive, and I'm not sure they will. So working on squig herds for food, producing more boys. Overall production's not too bad. City loyalty is still holding in the positive so far. So not doing too bad. Could be a whole lot worse. I don't really like the Castellan robots hanging around, but for the enslavers. Yeah, I did 0.4 damage to the Castellan robot there. So units with action points remaining that have ranged weapons will automatically perform Overwatch attacks when an enemy unit enters their attack range, unless the enemy unit has infiltrates. Yeah, so this thing, 24 health, I did 0.4 damage to it with boys. Yeah, not going to do much of anything. We've got enslavers hanging around, and we found some Tech Priest Engine Seers. So this is the Imperial Guard unit that makes cities. So Enslaver is a highly dangerous warp unit that enslaves the mind of its enemies. Appropriately enough. During the War in Heaven, legend tells that the Old Ones engineered new warp-sensitive species to defeat the Catan, Krook, Eldar, Man, and more. Yet they bargained without the denizens of the warp, the most numerous of which were the Enslavers, or Sirens. These transdimensional beings were able to rapidly enslave the new races, and hence aided in the downfall of the old ones. Today, enslaver incursions are rare, but extremely destructive unless ended quickly. Tech Priest Engine Seers. It's an infantry unit that supports vehicles and founds new cities. Tech Priest Engine Seers serve as custodians for the vehicles of the Imperial Guard. With binary prayer and mystic rites, the Engine Seers soothe the machine spirits of the track congregation. Without the diligent maintenance of the Engine Seers, the Imperial Guard would soon find themselves without the heavy armor vital to their survival. So the Imperial Guard must be pretty close by. Population keeps increasing. This is telling me I need population to actually man buildings. It's not really a problem with the Orks, it seems like, so far. I don't like the Imperial Guard coming up from this direction, so most likely they're somewhere here or could be even further south. I want to get you guys out of here. If I take control of this, I probably can't move, so I'm just going to run away from the robot. I'm going to hope that it maybe goes after the Imperial Guard unit there instead. Let's do a little scouting. Got another Shard of Vol down there. Not seeing anything else yet, anyway. So 2 turns for Squig Herds, 1 turn for more boys. You guys are still healing up, so you can stay put. Got more enslavers out this way. Wah! Got another Castellan. Picked up combat stimulant. Hero items can be found from exploration, received from quest rewards, or bought at the Jacaro trader encampments. Items provide either a passive bonus or give the unit a new ability that can be performed once or multiple times as a free action. Before being able to claim an item, you will have to recruit and select a hero unit. I don't have any heroes yet, but I did pick up combat stimulant. So it's a 1-use thing, increased damage for 3 turns. Combat stimulants like Friendzone or Onslaught are regarded with distaste by most species, given that manufacture and testing sometimes require the liquidation of innocent victims, especially if Slaaneshi cults are involved. Despite this, the Imperial forces dispense these regularly to both penal legions and the much-feared Eviscer assassins. Well, that's nice and all, but I really didn't want to find another Castellan robot. So we might be pulling back and massing troops to go after something. I'm going to need probably at least 4 or 5 boys units to try to take on even 1 Castellan robot. And we'll see if they survive here. Stay away from me! The heck? Okay, Castellan attacked. That's Ambles. Powerful native brawler unit that regenerates hit points each turn. The Amble is an ape-like xenospecies native to the desert world of Luther McIntyre IX, which is spread throughout the Imperium of Man, presumably as a result of failed attempts at domestication. It sounds like a really bad idea. They are a subterranean race able to move through ice, sand, or rock at speed, and prone to excavating long tunnels as homes. Just melee attacks. A little bit further away. Well, these guys need to get out of this position. Got all this wireweed in the way. That's going to make it difficult. Need to get them healed up. This big mass of wireweed here is really putting a damper on my ability to explore this direction quickly from the city. This unit's almost back to full health, but we'll leave them there till they are at full health. I really don't like this being here. So let's pull back. Oh, that's bad. No, we didn't actually get ambushed. I thought since we tried to move into that position, they would ambush us as we moved in. That turned out okay. Up here is just a giant angry robot, so I'm not sure I want to keep exploring this direction. Uh-oh. Yeah, Space Marines. Now these are fun to fight, big beaky humans who know how to punch and shoot. They're almost as good as orcs, even if they do hide behind all that shiny armour. It's a pity that out to more of them. So they've been out here grabbing the mobile holoprojector. That's bad. The mobile holoprojector is a really good one of these to grab. So I'll just show we produced a unit there. Mobile holoprojector. Stationary artifact that increases hit points. Holoprojector may be monolithic, but it's never where you think it is. Once you blunder it into the actual holoprojector, you can deploy its capabilities on nearby units, massively increasing their survivability as enemy shots and blows are wasted. So of the worst factions to possibly get this particular item, it's the Space Marines. They're already super, super tough to deal with, and then having extra health is really not fun. Even with Necrons, I had a hard time dealing with the Space Marines in the last game. So I'm assuming the Orks are going to have even more difficult time. So it's the region of Oa, apparently. So maybe I can sneak up and take this from the Space Marines without them noticing, but I'm sure they'll come back. I guess we'll actually move these guys out just to finish off these Krut Hounds. Ambles do extra damage. Close combat weapons. Ambles are a little tough, not too terrible. Now, I've had a couple units of boys I could go for them, probably without too much trouble. But one... nah. There's another Shard of Vol down here. Let's just explore a bit. Don't want to go too far and end up running into an enemy. Got one turn for the squig herds, then we'll need to expand the city, because that's going to fill the last slot there. All I can do is really build more boys at this point. Yeah, nothing else I can really do. I've got the Cult of Speed in a couple turns for research. I really don't like these robots. Yeah, he's kind of heading my direction, and I'm not really happy about that. Not a big fan of Castellan robots. Oh, look who we found. I don't think I want you guys over here. So it's time to kill some Imperial Guard guys. I was hoping we'd wipe them out. Close. Have to get these guys up to heal up if we can. We produce squig herds, actually doing okay, +7 on food. Everything's in the positive. Loyalty is just barely positive, though. But we're going to have to expand the city here. Go this direction, I guess. It's already clear, so we can build 3 things. Can build some research on it, but I definitely want to build one of the... what is it? Commando thingies. Commando camps, so I can build some heroes. The heroes are probably going to help me a lot. I'm going to try to just sneak out here and take this away. Hey, what do you know? That's probably going to cause Space Marines to show up over here, but I'm kind of hoping maybe they just kind of came through scouting and then headed back because this is far away. Best case scenario, they're like way down here, but they're probably out on this side of the map. Okay, you guys need to heal up, so we'll pull you back towards... Unfortunately, I just have this one Orkoid fungus spot. Sending them out because maybe we'll try to deal with the Kroot Hounds next turn and kill them off. Hopefully we're far enough away that Castellan Robot's not going to notice us, and maybe it'll head back where it came from. Amble's showing up. Not more. I need something to deal with these Castellan robots. It's going to be a big problem. Cult of Speed, building that produces wheeled vehicles and aircraft as well as generates influence. Though they still love war and big explosions, the Orks known as Speed Freaks love velocity even more. They will extensively and obsessively customize their bikes and aircraft, removing all the safety features to the point where they're sitting on a giant engine painted crimson because red ones go faster. Burnabombers, Dakajets, Defcopters, battle wagons, war buggies, all kinds of cool stuff. Now we definitely want to go for vehicles, probably. Tech Priest Engine Seers attacked my boys, really? I think the Castellan Robot did more damage than the Mech Boys did. I really want to kill these guys off, but even if I stay, I'm probably not going to. The Ambles should attack them, so let's just try to get away a bit. I really don't like these Castellan robots hanging around. I don't really have any firepower that can deal with them right now. So you guys back to heal up. Okay, no Space Marines have showed up so far in this direction. These guys can't get close enough to help out. At least not yet. No, we found the robot. I was hoping he'd move further away than that. Got more Orkoid fungus up here. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking I should just pull back. Definitely with these hurt guys, need to get out of here. So I need to kind of maximize my firepower. Put these guys in the way of the weak unit. Just try to pull everybody back and build a giant mass of Orks back here before we try to go against any of these Castellans. Preferably I'd like to have some better units as well. We'll have to grab a tile before we can actually build something. Let me build heroes or vehicles. Stick bombs, it's anti-infantry. Unfortunately, that's not going to help me too much against the Castellans anyway. Let's go healing rate. That'll have to be it. Okay. Don't know where the Castellan took off to. He's probably still here, I just can't see him. So if Space Marines got here, how did they get here? They must have come up through all this wireweed. So maybe they won't actually come back and retake this from me quickly. It might be a way through here, though. So you guys got banged up, so we'll pull you back as well. Actually, I guess I didn't need to because there's actually orkoid fungus up here. A couple patches. So those guys will stay put, healing up. Put the weak unit in the city, see if that'll actually heal. I'm just going to build a giant mass of boys here, if nothing else. They can stay put, healing up. You guys need to get out of there as well. So we acquired a tile and produced boys. So in this spot, it's mainly research, but I'd also like to build the commando unit. Commando camp, I don't have enough resources. Ore. Actually, I'm not getting very much ore, am I? Commando camp requires 50. Cult of Speed also requires 50. I'm at +6 per turn. I would have thought I had more by now. I might have to actually build some ore production. Diggas and smelters. Either that or killing stuff, because it'll get me some ore as well. The research would be nice as well, but that uses up all my ore. I guess we kind of have to. We'll go ahead and build the Diggas and Smelters. Yeah, I've just been burning through all of it, I guess, building boys, since they require 10 ore per unit. So we'll just have to wait a little while till we can actually build some vehicle, or build some buildings that'll let me build some vehicles and heroes and stuff. Unfortunately, that is about it. So I kind of want to center here. I want to see if these guys will actually heal just by being in the city. Doesn't look like it. Oh, there's some Space Marines. Enslaved. Your unit has been taken over by enslavers. Kill the enslavers unit to release your troops from their grasp. That's not great. Actually, that never happened when I was playing Necrons, and I don't think it happened when I was playing Space Marines either. Tactical Space Marines. Versatile infantry unit. When an objective must be seized, tactical squads attack in a storm of gunfire and combat blades. When the line must be held, these courageous warriors plant their feet, raise their weapons, and fight to the last. Armed with bolt guns and grenades, tactical squads are superbly versatile strategic assets. Really tough to deal with. Population keeps increasing. Yeah, I don't think just being in the city is going to heal my units at all, unless I actually build the orkoid fungus on it. So I lost my unit up here completely. Yeah, the Marines must have come through this little bit here. It must be connected to the other side. I don't like the enslavers just taking my guys over. That's kind of crummy. Just going to kind of keep cycling guys through here, healing people up when they need it. Real Mustard is asking if I played the Imperial Guard yet. No, I haven't yet. They kind of probably are going to fit my playstyle more with longer range units and stuff. Lots of artillery, things like that. In these kind of games, typically I like really long range units, scouting and just punishing stuff from a distance. Or setting up a defensive position with lots of artillery, stuff like that is kind of something I really like. So I'm not sure. I probably will play them next after this. That would be my guess if I do another game sometime soon. Because I did the Space Marines just kind of in the quick little tutorial it gives you, and then did Necrons and now Orks. So Imperial Guard makes sense to play next. And then after that, maybe we'll try the Space Marines in a full game instead of just the little tutorial. Yeah, I don't like losing my guys here to the Enslavers. It kind of sucks. And I can't really build any more units. I want to save up my ore for actually building a building that'll let me build better units. So we're going to build a massive horde of orcs here. What the heck was that? All my units lost some health. Must be because they took back control of the holo projector. So the extra health it was giving me just went away. I'm assuming that's what that was. Could have been connected to not killing anything in a while, or having too many orcs together in one place. So I'm actually over the time I was actually going to stop playing, but I'm going to go ahead and do kind of my military actions for this turn. And then we'll go ahead and save it, and then I'll be back. Should be tomorrow to play a bit more. I'm still waiting on this. Don't want to build anything else till we can build these buildings here. So let's just kind of creep up a bit with our full strength units. Ah, stupid robot. Sick and tired of the Castellan robot being here. I'd really like to go after the Space Marines. Why isn't the robot fighting the Space Marines? Why is he fighting me? Leave me alone. I just want to be left alone. Yeah, I think the rest of these guys will just sit here for now. They're waiting to heal up. These guys are healing up. And the city, I'm not going to build anything. So yeah, that's going to be about it for today. It's possible I might try to go for the Castellan with this small army of boys, but I don't think they're going to do anything, because nothing they have armor pierces. And this thing has 8 armor, which means 64% of any of its damage is just ignored because of the armor. So it's not going to be an easy thing to deal with until I actually get something with some armor penetration. Go over there and fight the Marines. Just do that. That would help me out a lot. I actually need to build orcoid fungus for the chapter, don't I? That's something I should probably prioritize as well. Well, starting off okay. I'm kind of running into a lot more of these Castellan robots than I was hoping to. I don't have good tech yet to be able to fight them. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with a bit more, and we'll kind of see how things go. Before I do anything, I will save it, just in case. If I can spell, would help. Alright, yeah, thanks for checking things out. If you're interested in my previous stream of the Necron stuff, most of that's now up on my YouTube channel. Twitch only holds on to things for a few weeks, so anything older than that is up on my YouTube channel, which is also DisturbingPuppet, which is one word. So other streams of this game and other games. This particular scenario, playing as the Orks, this is the first chapter, so we'll continue with that next time. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Yep, see you, Real Mustard. Thanks for coming by again.